First Kings chapter what? First Kings chapter 20. You don't see your sister in church. What stops you from taking her number? And then you call her sister, sorry, I didn't see you in church. I hope all is well. I hope no problem. Can I come over to visit you? You're serving God by that. Serving God is not just coming to church to sit down and dance. There are a lot of other ways to serve the Lord. Caring for God's people. Giving to God's people. Showing love to God's people. Helping the underprivileged. Helping the poor. Doing everything you can do to help others. I told those of them I met over there last Sunday that every one of us here sitting down is an answer to some other person's problem. You are an answer to somebody's problem. Make sure you do that. Look at the Bible. First Kings chapter what? Help me. I want you to see this. First Kings chapter what? First Kings chapter 20. Let your life be meaningful. Let your life not circulate around yourself alone. First Kings chapter 20. Look at verse number 1. I'm waiting for you. And Ben-Hadad, the king of Syria, gathered all his hosts together. And there were 32 kings. Are you there? And there were 32 kings with him. 32 kings with him. And horses and chariot. And he went up and besieged Samaria. And he warred against Samaria. And he sent messengers to Ahab, king of Israel, unto the city. And he said unto him, thus said Ben-Hadad, thy silver and thy gold is mine, and thy wives also, and thy children, even the goodliest things in your kingdom, the best things, the most beautiful things in your kingdom, they are what? That's what the king told Ahab. He sent a message to him, saying, I'm coming to take over your kingdom. Everything you have in your country is mine. Even your wife is mine. Your children is mine. What type of message is that? I'm coming to take them. But look at verse 4. Everybody, let's read verse 4 together. After 2, go. That's the type of consecration God is expecting from you. That today you'll be able to say, Lord, I am thine, and all that I have, I belong to you. Everything I have in this world, my height, my stature, everything. There are 3 things God is demanding from us. 3 T's. 3 T's. We call it the 3 T's of consecration. What are those 3 T's? Number 1, time. Number 2, talent. Number 3, treasures. 3 T's of consecration. God expects us to give him those 3 things. Number 1, your time belongs to God. So don't tell us I don't have time to come to Bible study. No. Your time, the 24 hours, who gave it to you? How can you stand on earth and say I don't have time to come to Bible study? If God says you are dying by 12 o'clock this afternoon, nobody can stop it. Your time belongs to God. Number 2, your talent. You are an electrician, you are a driver, you are a medicine man, whatever you have, whatever you know how to do, a laundry boy, whatever you know how to do, your talent on earth, you know how to sing, you know how to organize things, whatever talent you have, you know how to play there, whatever talent you have on earth belongs to God. And God expects you to consecrate it to him. Your time, your talent, and your what? Your treasures. 3 T's. So the 3 T's of consecration. How many have you given to God? Your time. How much of time do you give to God? Your talent. How much of your talent do you give to God? Your consecration. Some people have one talent or the other, and then when there's a need in the church, and they say, bro, we know you very well. You are an electrician. Can you come and just fix this thing in the church? And he's thinking, today now, if I use today now to go and fix that thing in the church now, I will not get any money. What will I do now? Then the devil comes close. You know, anytime you say, what will I do? Somebody will answer you. Am I correct? Every time you say, what will I do? Somebody will answer you. And who is that? The devil. Comes very quick. God doesn't just come like that. The devil comes, and the devil comes close to him. When you go there, check the whole things that are wrong in the church. Then give them the quotation. When they give you the money to go and buy it, add, at least if you add 1,000 naira, that length of wire will be 5,000. If you add just add 5,500. The church is not too big now. They can pay 500 now. Add 5,500. At least now where you they work, now where you go shop. Now make they call them what? Workshop. Then you say, hey. It's only fools that take Satan as a counselor. You didn't hear that? It's only fools that employ Satan as a counselor. Satan counsels you. He will later call you a fool. Add 500 now, then you add it. And then you tell the church. After telling the church, you go and do it. And then when you finish doing it, the church will say, hey, thank God for giving us this brother. Can you imagine he did all this work? He didn't collect any money. Sister, bro, you didn't collect money. You didn't collect money. You paid yourself. You paid yourself through the back door. It were better for you to give a clean quotation and ask the church to pay you than pay yourself through the back door. Every talent you have. There's a poor sister there in the church. She doesn't even have money. And then she came to you, sister, please plait my hair. And you look at her, she can't even buy thread. And she just managed some old thread that she had before. And you finish plaiting that hair. What stops you from just telling her, sister, please don't worry, go. And as you say that and you go out, God will give it through another person, a double of it. You came to plant your pastor's wife's hair. You came to plant some other people's hair in the church. Whatever talent you have, let's use it to serve God. We're not saying that brethren ought not to pay to other brethren. They ought to pay. But when sometimes we do it voluntarily and freely. Church, do we say amen? Amen. That's why we are brethren. That's why we are brethren. Sometimes as a tailor, another brother comes and say, another sister comes and says, sister, can you just help me? This part of my skirt is torn. Can you just help me sew one straight line? I'm busy, I'm busy. Why is she saying I'm busy? She knows that you will not pay. You know, before you talk, God knows your motive. Come on, talk to me. Am I talking? God does. I told you one thing in this church. I said, God, before God judges your action, he first judges your what? Your motive. Motive. He judges your motive before your action. The man said here, all that I have belongs to the Lord. Everything. Touch him, touch him, touch him, touch him. Everything I have on earth belongs to the Lord. I had a story that shocked me. Please look up. Let me tell you that story. That story shocked me. It was a story of a real born again brother. God helped him and he's abroad now. And before he went abroad, he gave his house to the church to use for house fellowship. And then his generator, new generator that was in the church, in his house. When he went abroad, he gave the generator to the church to use for the house fellowship. So when they come for house fellowship, they start the generator and use it. After the house fellowship, they off the generator and keep it. And after some time, he came back from abroad. When he came back from abroad, he discovered that the generator has been spoiled. After the generator was spoiled, the church carelessly, the brethren, some brethren are so careless about anything they give them freely. So on one side, the brethren were careless. After spoiling the generator, they didn't repair it again. They packed the generator by the corner and started using maybe candle or whatever. So when the brother came, he was not happy. He had to repair the generator. After repairing the generator, when he was going back to America, he carried the generator and locked it in one of his rooms and went abroad. Did he do bad? Let's talk. Did he do bad? Did he do bad? Some people are not answering again. Did he do bad? They packed the generator now. He repaired it and then he went abroad. When he went abroad, he was doing very massively well in abroad. Businesses here and there, companies here and there. When he went abroad, company number one, stopped. Company number two, closed. Now, things were getting bad. Everywhere was closing. Every door that opened before was closing. He became troubled, himself and his wife. They began to seek God, fast, pray, do everything they could do. One day, God pitied the wife and came down and met the wife and told the wife that your husband decided to keep my church, my house in darkness in Nigeria. So I came to America and took away light from him, the light of favor. That's his problem. The wife woke up and told the husband, Say, see what? Did you do this? Did you do the white husband? Say, yes. Say, you kept God's church in darkness in Nigeria. God has also taken the favor away from us. That's why all this is happening. You had to call him in there. Make sure. Let's close our eyes together to pray. Your stinginess will not kill you. Let's close our eyes together to pray. You keep God's church in darkness. You say we need light, we need bulbs. You cannot go and buy it immediately. When you have money and you hear there's a need in church, run. It's an avenue for blessing. You kept my church in darkness. I also you withdraw generator from my church. I withdraw favor from your life. He never knew that the little success he was making was coming from God. You will never, maybe you don't understand that you can read and write today was God's handwork. One day you may just wake up and discover that your eye cannot see A again. And you begin to look for glasses here and there. You never know God took away your eyesight. And they say it's cataract, they say it's this, they say it's that. We need to be careful. Serve the Lord with everything you have. Sister, serve the Lord with that little you have. If you want it to multiply, this year, God owns you and owns everything you have. He owns your health. That's why whenever sickness comes, God tell the Lord, Lord, you own this body. You own this body. This body cannot be sick. Make sure you make a covenant that everything you have belongs to God. I thought you were praying. I thought you were praying. Everything we have belongs to God. We're not preaching this so that you come and give us millions. We're telling you the way to your own breakthroughs. Your body belongs to God. Don't give it to immorality. So after all, it's my beauty. Who told you it's your beauty? Overnight, God can make you the most ugly person on earth. It doesn't take God anything. You are tall. Thank God. Don't be proud about it. It's a gift from God. You did not decide how you were going to be created. There's nobody that stood before God and said, Lord, you want to create me? Create my leg long. Create my hand long. Nobody dictates to God. You only woke up on earth and saw the way He had created you. I believe you're talking to the Lord. This year, serve the Lord with everything you have. Serve Him with your body. Serve Him with your soul. Serve Him with your strength. Serve Him with your mind. Serve Him with your education. Serve Him with your certificate. Serve Him with your time. Serve Him with your treasure. Serve Him with your talent. Serve Him with everything, everything, everything. Everything you have, sister, your voice. They say, come and join choir. You say no, you say no. You may wake up one day and your voice will crack like every other person. He can take the voice away from you since you decide not to serve Him with that voice. I believe we are talking to the Lord. Lord, I will serve you. Before you spend your money, let God know what you want to use it for. And allow God to decide. You just carry money, you want to buy this, you want to buy this, you want to buy this. That money in your pocket, my brother, belongs to God. Step right in.
Every moment I'm away. Lord, have your way in me.
It's a consecration Sunday.
Give you my heart.
It's a consecration Sunday. Consecrate everything to the Lord. Chorister, give everything to the Lord.
Live for you. Lord, have your way in me. Lord, I give you my heart, and I give you my soul.
Let's rise up together. Let's rise up together.
I live for you. Hello.
Can you consecrate yourself to the Lord?
Every step
Can you consecrate yourself to the Lord today?
every move I'm making. Lord, have your way in me. Lord, I give my heart, and I give you my soul.
Let's give it to the Lord. Give it. Give it.
I live for
Everything you have.
I love every step that I take, the moment I make. Lord, have your way in me. Oh, I give you my heart, I give you my every step that I do, every moment I make. Lord, have your way.
Can you put up your two hands? Everything you have belongs to the Lord. Can you put up your two hands, everybody? Put up your two hands. Those of you outside, those of you inside, let's sing this song together. Let's sing this song together. Let's sing this song together.
Lord, I give you my
Let's all sing
heart,
it together, everybody.
give you my soul.
Can you sing it? Can you sing it?
I live for you, my Lord. Every step that I take, every moment I make. Lord, have your way in me. Every step that I take, every moment I make.
Lord, have your way in me. One more time.
Lord, I give you my heart,
I give you.
I give you my soul.
I live for you. I love
Every step that I do, every moment I make. Lord, have your way in me.
Can you open your mouth and talk to the Lord this morning? Can you open your mouth and consecrate your all to the Lord this morning? Your body, your soul, your spirit, your dressing, your clothing, your money, everything you have belongs to the Lord. Can you open your mouth? Others are talking to the Lord. Can you give God everything? Can you give Him? Can you give Him your dressing, your dressing, your dressing, your dressing, your life, your soul, your spirit, your money, your time, your talents?
I rest in place, not be divided, nor free. I trust in you, believing on His word for me shall be. I need no other arguments. I need no other plea.
God is Lord, is Lord, is Lord.
To say no, that Jesus died and that He died for me. Jesus died, and that He died for me.
Can you give it all? Can you surrender your all? Can you surrender your all? Can you surrender your all?
Behind me, oh, that we hit Jehovah. He hit me through this barren land. I am weak, but thou art mighty.
Serve Him with it. Serve Him with it. Young girl, serve the Lord. With your beauty, with your beauty, with your beauty. Serve the Lord with your beauty. I wish somebody somewhere would say, oh, see this beautiful girl and she's born again. See this beautiful girl and yet she's born again. But you serve the Lord with your beauty, your fair complexion, your beautiful face. You consecrate all to the Lord. And somebody will say, child, I wish I be fine like that. The number boyfriend will forget, but you are so beautiful and you are serving the Lord. This morning God is calling you to surrender all. This morning God is calling you to surrender all. Some people think it's only ugly girls that surrender their all to Jesus. No. You can be beautiful and yet you have surrendered to the Lord. This morning God is calling for surrender. This morning God is calling for surrender. This morning God is calling for surrender. Young girl, if you give the Lord today,
I surrender to Him. I will never love and trust in His presence.
Here you have not surrendered to the Lord. How I wish today will be your day. How I pray today will be your day. How I pray you will not miss Jesus today. Young girl, I pray you will not miss Jesus today. My friend, I pray you will not miss Jesus in this service. I pray you will not miss Jesus. He said, I gave you my all. I gave you my all. I gave you my all. I gave you my body. I gave you my soul. I gave you my spirit on the cross. You also give. Can you also give back to the Lord? Can you also give back to the Lord? Wherever you are this afternoon, you want to give Him. 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 See Him standing in front of you. See Him standing in front of you. Can you see Him? Can you see Him? Emmanuel is standing in front of you. Emmanuel is standing in front of you. He said, I have everything to give. I have everything to give back to you. I have everything you are looking for. I have everything you are looking for. I, Jesus, I have everything you are looking for. Can you give Him everything today? Can you give Him everything today? Doctor, will you give Him everything today? Friend, will you give Him everything today? You have not given to Him before your heart and your life, but you want to give Him today. Why not lay your right hand on your chest and say, Lord, I'm sorry. I've been holding back so much, but today I want to give you all. He is here with us in the service this morning. I feel him. I feel him walking through the congregation. I feel him walking through the congregation. See my master, see my master. Can you see the owner of the church? The owner of the church is here today. Can you lift up your hand very high and say, Lord, I'm surrendering all today. I'm surrendering all today. I'm surrendering all today. Bro, you don't know what you are going to become tomorrow. Why not surrender all today? Why not surrender all today? Those of you raising up your hand, raise it very high. I want to pray for you. Raise it very high. Raise it very high. I surrender all.
My life, your dwelling place. I will be your throne in my life.
Blessing comes, don't be proud. When the blessing comes, remember that it's God that gave it to you. When the blessing comes, don't forget to come to church. When the blessing comes, don't forget to be in Bible study. When the blessing comes, don't forget to always pay your tithe. Everything you have belongs to the Lord. Is if you're raising up your hand, I pray for you today. Father, those of them lifting up your hand this morning, Sunday morning here in Nigeria, and then lifting up your hands and say, Lord, I've been holding back too much. I've been keeping back too much. I've been practicing selfishness. I've been too self-centered. I've been too concerned about my own. I've been looking at myself alone. I've not been seeing the need of others. I've not been seeing the need of the church. I've not been seeing the need of my ministers. Those who preach to me, I've not been seeing their needs. I've not been supporting them enough. Lord, I'm sorry. Those who are saying, Lord, I'm sorry, my problem is sin. I've been giving my body to sin. I've been thinking that my beauty is my own. I've been thinking that my shape is my own. I've been thinking that my wisdom and knowledge is my own. Lord, today I come to you. I pray that you forgive them their sins today. And Lord, what you did to Peter, James, John, Andrew, Philemon, Bartholomew, Titus, Lord, do to them. Wash them clean with your blood. Write their names in the book of life. Give them the grace to go and sin no more. Thank you, Father. Everybody in church, let's put up our hands.